Well, hello there, Libra. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are going to be doing your November general reading. So this is good for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the Tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see what we have here, Libra. There we go. All right. Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. Interesting. And then a leg up. Wow. Okay, so the message I'm getting, there's something that you need to clear out. This could be an object, but a lot of times to me, this is more like a belief or, closing out something. It's kind of like tying up loose ends. And by doing that, there's something new that wants to come in for you, but it's almost as if you got to clear something out in order for this new to come in. So, it could be, I know I experienced something like this once, where I felt a little stuck, like nothing new was coming in. And then I got a similar message to this. And then I realized I had little things in my life that I had not finished. So I had, it's kind of like maybe you're working on your tax return. I don't know why this is coming up, but you're working on your tax return and you have all the documents together and, you have everything together. You may even have put numbers on, the tax return itself, or met with, your accountant or something, but you haven't signed it and mailed it. It's that type of energy. It's kind of like you may have more than one type of project or situation in your life where you have almost completed it, but you haven't. So it's kind of like you have these things that may be on some to-do list of yours, that you just need to finish up so that this new thing can come in. So let's go to the Tarot. Really interesting message, kind of different than, some of the energies that I sometimes get. So let's see where this goes. We're going to take a look at your present energy, your area of resistance or obstacle. And then we're going to take a look at advice from the Spirit about how you can move through this obstacle at this time. So keeping in mind, our obstacle is always what we're overcoming, over this next month. Yeah. Okay. All right, I think that there's a really strong message here of going within. There's some doors that you need to close, and I feel like there's almost like a sense of, I'm going to kind of jump to the present energy, okay, of keeping all of your options open. So there's this energy that the new cannot truly come in until you close some of these doors. And I think that it has things to do with commitment to yourself, commitment to others, commitment to a job or a career. Whatever it is, there's almost this sense that this new, for some of you, you could be wanting a new a job to come in, a new relationship, there's something new that you're wanting, but what you're not understanding at this time is that you have too many doors open, okay? So it's kind of like you have all of these options, but you want to keep all of your options open, okay? It's a way to play it safe, not really wanting to truly put yourself out there. So the thing here is that you have to kind of really decide, okay? And this is the point where you have to go within. You're trying to, it's almost like hedging your bets, Libra. Okay. And I know, Libra, you kind of have a tendency of sometimes having a hard time making a decision because you don't want to make the wrong decision. And that is what's coming into play here. It's kind of like you're not wanting a sadness or disappointment. So it's almost as if you want all your options still to be open for you. But the real option for you, the one that's going to bring you the most happiness, is not being highlighted right now, because you need to go within and decide, what are these options? Which of these doors are you closing? It's just an energy, Libra, of not wanting to be disappointed or heartbroken, but because you are trying to play it safe so that you're not disappointed, you're actually disappointing yourself. If that kind of makes sense. You know, you're making plans, but it's not like you have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. It's like you have 7 plan A's. You know, it's kind of like allowing yourself to step into this sense of being grateful, maybe being grateful that you do have so many options, but at the same time recognizing, okay, I know if I go within, I can intuitively be drawn, allow my heart to help me to make a decision, because I almost feel like you're playing it safe, and yet at the same time you're totally confused. It's a difficult energy to be in. We're in the Scorpio season, which really is about transformations. And, you know, sometimes when we're trying to step into something new, we don't want to close the doors of the old, right? Because it's kind of like, well, I want to have that safety net. It's a little bit about going ahead and allowing yourself to drop the safety net and to put yourself into a little bit more of a taking charge, taking control. It could be that you're trying to have the universe make the choice for you, but the universe is saying you have the answer within. So just go with, it's kind of like go with your gut, right? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you have the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords here. So you have the two, really the most painful energies here. It's coming into a truth of understanding that your emotions, when you allow your emotions, your heart, to make the choice instead of your fears. I almost feel like you're making decisions based on your fears at this time instead of what your heart truly desires. And it's because your heart has been broken before. Libra, I'm sending you lots of love. Yeah, your heart's been broken before, so your fears are being highlighted at this time. You don't want to feel this pain again, right? Because you have the 3 of Swords twice and then the 10 of Swords. So you don't want your heart to be broken. You've been so disappointed before in some area of your life. And so you're hedging your bets, you know. You don't want to do that. But the truth of the matter is that then you're allowing your fears to make decisions instead of what your heart truly wants. When we step into the energy of choosing what our heart truly wants, we can never go wrong. We'll never be disappointed. And so I feel like, yeah, you know, for some of you, there is almost an energy of returning to something that maybe at one time you left or left you for one reason or another. It could be a relationship, or it could be a career, something that you put a lot of time and money into, but now it's kind of like, okay, I want to reassess my options here. I want to reassess this choice that I made in the past, because maybe you made a choice and it brought you this sadness. Okay. And now you're kind of like, okay, I don't know what to do about that. Well, go back to your heart. Maybe there is a job, a career, a relationship that you would like to return to, but you're not allowing yourself to because there was so much pain there at one time. But I feel like this pain here was part of your path. I think that there is still a lot of love in this situation. if you're not wanting to return to something from the past, and I know for a lot of you may not want to, right? Then it is about allowing yourself to move forward, but choosing from your heart and not to fear the pain of loss again. Let's put it this way. You've overcome that pain. You've done the healing of that pain. So you don't need to worry about, can you heal from pain? Yes, you can, Libra. You've done it. So it's, disappointments, and endings, even difficult endings, bring us new things into our life. So endings are only new beginnings, keeping that in mind. Libra, there's something here that you really and truly want. You're kind of confusing yourself, Yeah, you don't want to, you're trying to decide, do I drop the burden of something that maybe you have worked on for a long time? Yeah, you're blocking love, long-term committed relationship. Or you're blocking fulfillment in a career path that is spiritually aligned for you. So I feel like there is this energy of going back, looking perhaps at something that, for some of you, it is finally closing out a past situation. Closing the door on a past relationship or a past job or career, no longer allowing that to be your safety net so that you can move forward. For others of you, it could be about going back and seeing, is that option closed to you? It's almost like you don't want to know the truth, Libra, about some situation in the past. So let's see what we have here for your obstacle to try to find you some more advice here. So you have this conflict and you're trying to go on a new path, but this conflict is really, whatever is in the past, it is really showing up in this. And I feel like that's because, we have the new moon in Scorpio that's kind of playing in our energies at this time. We also have the solar eclipse. Both of those occurred on the 25th of October. We're in Scorpio season, which is difficult energy because it does bring up a lot of the emotions to help us to transform. Yeah, there's something you want to heal. There's some situation in your life that you're really wanting to heal, but it's almost as if you just, you're afraid. And it could be that maybe it is, for some of you, it could be that you really do need to close that door to a past relationship or to a past career or job. You just need to close it so that you can finish the healing. You could have done the healing for a very long time, but you haven't been able to close the door, to have the closure that maybe you needed to have or need to have. It could be having a conversation with somebody to close that energy out. It could be linked to a job. I remember I quit a job once. It was a toxic job. It was a toxic job. But I quit the job and I did not, one of the things I did not close that energy out very well because I kind of quit a little bit abruptly, but I did not say goodbye to the people that I worked with that I really did enjoy. Okay. The people I worked with were not the problem. It was what I had to deal with in the job. And so, moving on, I realize now that I pulled that negative energy. I did not close that out and say goodbye properly to the people that I worked with. I kind of just I kind of said a quick goodbye maybe, but I did not really close that out. And I feel as if that kind of hindered me from moving forward in a really positive way. I always had that nagging feeling in the back of my mind that I had not shut that door completely in a very loving way. Okay. So I feel like that may be part of it, is that there could be a job that you left kind of quickly for one reason or another. It could be a relationship that you left very quickly for one reason or another. It could be a person that left you quickly for one reason or another. But there's this energy that even though you've done a lot of healing, you haven't been able to truly shut that door because there's not that closure. I feel like there is this energy that's coming in during the Scorpio season to help you balance that out, to finish the healing in this situation. With the Aquarius energy, understanding, okay, this is what I want. I really want to either close this out or I want to heal it. It's almost as if you have to make up your mind because this conflict, okay, is preventing your new beginning. It's understanding I either have to truly close it out or I have to return to it, one way or the other, because you're just looking at too many options. So let's take a look at your advice. Yeah, so it's about reassessing. Seven of Pentacles is reassessing your energy, and perhaps your negative energy about this situation. This is a spiritual lesson that you are learning. And I know some of you will be like, yeah, but it's the other person that did this. Okay. Well, when we are truly healing, we understand that there is really no blame. It is about stepping into that energy of forgiving, right? It does not condone anybody's actions, but that energy of forgiving, of understanding, okay, if I am feeling the victim in this situation, which you could, okay, it could be one of the reasons why it's hard to close out. Kind of like when I quit that job, I felt very much the victim, right? But because I didn't close it out in a loving way, I carried that victim mentality forward, right? And so it's kind of like, okay, I need to close that out. I did not want to return to that job. That I knew, right? But all I needed to do was to go back and truly have a goodbye to the people that I worked with, to close that energy out in a loving way. And it could be that that's all you really need. Now, if this is a person that has left your life and you don't want that contact, maybe they're truly toxic or something like that, and you're like, no, I don't want to reach out to that person. It is about stepping into the energy of this person has not made me a victim. I am not a victim in this situation, right? Of stepping into that energy of having gratitude, of looking at the lessons that you learned in the situation, perhaps even having like a little burning ceremony or something where you allow yourself to truly close this door. So for some of you, and I see this sometimes in the comments, are they going to come back and apologize? Are they going to tell me why they left? If you're still in that energy, the problem is you're putting your time and energy into what somebody else is going to do instead of stepping into your own energy. And does it really matter if they come back and apologize, Sometimes when we are in that energy, and I've been there too, right? We have to ask ourselves, why is it so important for somebody to come back and apologize? If, it's, something that has to do with your ego, you want them to apologize for what they did, right? Then we have to ask ourselves, well, why is that so important? Is it to validate that we have been the victim in a situation? Or is it really just an ability to take a look at the situation, learn the lessons from it, and then move on in a healing way, wishing them, whether you have that conversation or not, but wishing them well and wishing yourself well, right? So I feel like there is some of that situation here of allowing yourself to make the decision of what is best for you. You know, if somebody has hurt you, then the energy here could be, okay, it depends on what has occurred in your situation. But if you want to close this out, it's about allowing yourself to step into your own power. It does not matter then what this person has done or has said, or if they're going to come back and apologize or not. It's stepping into your own power and saying, I cannot control what somebody else does or thinks. The only thing I can do is control how I react to it. And that is what that King of Cups energy is that you had earlier. Understanding that not allowing your emotions, your fears to drive your actions, but listening to your heart. What does your heart truly want in this situation? And then moving forward on that. Yeah, so let's see what we have here. Oh, yes. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. And you have the Tower. Okay. Now the Tower, I love the Tower card. I actually do. Because to me, it means that you're allowing some things to go in your life, to eliminate some things. It's sometimes just eliminating beliefs about yourself or about the world. Look at getting inspired to go after what your heart truly desires with the Sun card and being victorious in it. When you allow this victim mentality about what has happened in the past to kind of walk away to, you know, in our mind, we have our fears, in our heart, we have our love. And when you can only have fear or love if you allow your fears to rule your decisions, to make your choices, right? Then you are only going to have more things come onto your path that bring you more fear. If you go forward, listening to your heart and moving forward in a very loving way, then you have all of this coming in, right? Because this is what you truly want to have happen. And Libra, I really send you a lot of love because this is difficult. This is not an easy spiritual lesson to truly step into, right? Being able to forgive people from the past is difficult when they have, you know, you have the Three of Swords, you have twice, you have the Ten of Swords. There's been a difficult ending here, whether you know, and you did play a part of it, but for some of you, you may have be having a hard time moving on from this, allowing yourself to close this door, allowing yourself to realize, I have done the healing, you know, I'm ready to listen to my heart again. I'm no longer going to make decisions based on fear or based on the fear of getting hurt, stepping back into your sense of love, of expressing your love. And for some of you, it may be going back and expressing your love, your gratitude to a past boss or coworkers, romantic partner, family, friend. It's about, okay, I'm ready to bring balance and healing energy into, you know, my my group, whoever that is in this situation. And this is a beautiful Tower that lets you, and look at, we have the Scorpio energy, death. You know, endings bring new beginnings. And that's exactly what you have. Coming full circle. For some of you, you are coming full circle. And it happens very quickly. And then look, see, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you know, coming back in, you know, the fresh start, the wisdom, taking the wisdom you have learned from this situation in, you know, with whatever this is, okay, from the past, taking the wisdom and moving forward in a really lovely way. Whether you are, again, I think some of you may be returning to something. If you're not returning to something, then that's fine. You're planting a new seed, right? Moving forward, having learned this lesson. And, you know, really closing out, you know, with this World card, closing out this energy, whatever this is for you, however that may resonate. Really lovely energy, Libra. And, you know, especially with the Scorpio energy being in the Scorpio season, this is a beautiful time. Be gentle and kind with yourself at this time, because I feel like this is emotional for you, you know. it definitely, you know, with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, it's a difficult energy. And Libra, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right. Okay, so let's see what we have here. They want this. Okay. Well, I'll read both because I don't want you to think I'm holding back on you. Okay, what can I do to make a difference? That's a good card. Okay. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. So, you know, once again, I think that really resonates with this message. You have gone through some painful situation in your life, okay? And understanding out of that pain comes your purpose. Out of that pain, hell has helped you to step onto your spiritual path, to understand the greater wisdom, okay, of relationships, of love, of choosing from the heart instead of from fear. So you are on this new path, moving away from the conflict of, can I close this out in a loving way, right? And recognizing that you can. And then we have, what risk can I take today? Be not mistaken. You will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap. But do not fret, because your soul has wings. So what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and courageous, and you will discover what you are really made of. I love that. I can see why they pointed that one out to me. Yeah, I think you do have to take a big, scary leap. You know, you are playing it safe a little bit, having all of these options, trying to keep all your options open. But it is time to make a decision. What doors do you need to close? What doors can stay open? Committing to this decision and knowing that it is the right path forward, but also understanding that if there are doors you are closing, to close that out in a very loving way. So that you can have that energy, you know, truly closed out for you, and it no longer holds you back from what is ahead for you. And you do have that full energy, taking that risk, and making that decision, and then committing to it, you know, and knowing that you're going in the right direction. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light in this situation, all your situations, and I really appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.